Let's play a game of linear checkers. Here's how it works. We have a 3x12 board. All of your pieces start out on the left, and all of my pieces start out on the right. Each turn, the active player will move any one of their chips to the left or to the right, any number of squares. There is no going up or down. Because all of your pieces begin on the left, your opening move must be to the right, perhaps like this. All of my pieces start flush to the right, and as a consequence, my opening move must be to the left, perhaps like that. On your next turn, you have some options, and in fact, now you can move left. There are a couple of other restrictions on movement, however. For one, chips cannot occupy the same square. For example, on my next move, it would be illegal for me to do something like this. Second, there is no jumping of chips. Thus, it would be equally illegal for me to move past your chip like this on my turn. The player who cannot move loses the game, and the other person will be declared the winner. Here's your puzzle. You go first. Design a strategy that guarantees you the win. And while you think about that, check out some of these cool books that I've written. Your hint for today is to apply backward induction to the situation, a topic I cover in Chapter 2 of Game Theory 101, the complete textbook. In other words, think about what are good moves at the very end of the game, and use that information to inform what you should be doing toward the beginning of the game. Are you ready for the solution? The first step is to realize how the game must end if you are going to win. Indeed, the board will ultimately look like this. At the end of your turn, all of your pieces must be flush up against all of my pieces all the way on the right. Because I cannot go on top of your chips, nor can I jump over your chips, I am unable to move at this point, and you will win. Once you realize that this is the endgame, there's another type of board position that allows you to force this. Indeed, at the end of your turn, if all of your pieces are flush up against mine anywhere on the board, you can force the victory. Do you see how? Because I cannot go on top or jump over your pieces, I'm going to have to retreat on my turn. And as long as you follow me back on that same row, then at the end of your turn, all of your pieces are once again flush up against mine. And if we repeat this process for long enough, with you always following me on my retreat in the same row wherever I go, then we'll ultimately get back down to a board position, which is the endgame, where all of your pieces are flush up against all of my pieces all the way on the right, preventing me from making another move, meaning that I lose and you win. Now that we've worked through that, we can see how to win from the opening position. With your first move of the game, you must place one of your chips, any one of your chips, all the way to the right against one of mine. Do you see how to win from here? The key is to mirror my moves on the opposite row from where I just played. For example, if my next move is to here, then you are going to move as many squares in the opposite row. And we will continue that process. Every single time I make a move, you mirror it in the opposite row. And as long as you keep doing that, we will ultimately be forced into a position where you are going to move last, flush up against me. And as we talked about before, whenever we're in a position that looks like this, you just follow me all the way on the retreat, and you ultimately win the game. Did you figure this one out? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.